Having an actual reputation is crazy, and knowing that some people talk about how I full sent the Comic Sans is something I'm proud of. Yes, I still own the Comic Sans. Hold my string ball. The destruction of the Comic Sans was the reason Bruce at Turner Return Tops even wanted me to review the Buoy. Bruce even told me if I really didn't like the Buoy enough, he'd enjoy if I clapped it. Which, full clarification, he sent me a Buoy specifically for review. However, he did not pay me to say anything nice about it, nor does him sending the Buoy change my thoughts in any way. So, what do I think? Well, there's a lot to delve into regarding my thoughts on the Buoy. First things first, the Buoy fits into a very particular style of yo-yo that I was immediately able to think of right as I opened it and really played with it. The profile, weight distribution, etc. is very old head-esque. In this yo-yo, I feel like I can see a lot of inspiration. The general profile has what kind of looks like a more stretched out profile of the Peak 2 from COW, and with the response pump and the way the curve of the profile goes into the flat rim, I think you can really see the comparison between the Buoy and a stretched Peak 2. But the way the response pump is quite pronounced. The way it's shaped and its general proportions are very reminiscent of Atmos yo-yos as well. The weight distribution reminds me a lot of art yo-yos, with amped in center weight and thin rims, just without the controversy as well. And for that extra flavor, there are RSO pads, which just tie the whole package together. So there is a noticeable lip on the outermost part of the rim. I don't know if you can see it there, which could probably be tweaked real quickly if there was ever another run. But overall, in terms of its design, it has a lot in common with your dad's other favorite yo-yos. It's big with a 57mm diameter, light at 63.3 grams, and wide at 46mm. It's packed with center weight as well. It's just got all the dad yo-yo appeal, old head vibes all around. So, how about the way the Buoy plays? The description of the Buoy from Turner Return Tops is that it's a full-sized, floaty experience designed for chill sessions where you just want to relax and let the tricks flow, but still capable of going Godspeed, as the kids say. Now, I'm mostly focused on the advertised chill sessions bit. I'm ignoring the floaty descriptor on purpose. I have my gripes with that descriptor. But the Buoy fits the bill of being chill and allowing the user to relax. That general category is really where most people will see the Buoy shine. This makes the Buoy great for technical play that involves that more relaxed, easy playstyle. Easing into slacks and gentle whips is dreamy with the Buoy due to its relaxed and easy nature. It's very controlled and light, which extends those play sessions where you're tired and just want something easy to play with. In the sleepy mornings before class, the Buoy was easily controllable with its reined-in pacing and controllability. However, the Buoy is not particularly receptive to the times when you really want to amp up your speed and energy in a session. You gotta treat the Buoy gently, as it's not particularly powerful in play. The Buoy is a fairly sensitive yo-yo, and if you play too roughly and don't adequately sort of soften your landings, the Buoy is gonna cut your combos short. This means it's slightly iffy for zoning. You really gotta treat the Buoy right and have clean technique with your zoning, or it's just not gonna work out well. The same goes for Zontals. The Buoy actually has a great shape for Zontals, it just doesn't have the means to really push those capabilities to the fullest. I always thrash out what feels like great feeling Zontals just to realize the yo-yo is about to die midway through. But big hops and really sharp redirects also bring this forward as well. Smaller hops and more gentle direction changes are important to execute with the Buoy. Be kind to the Buoy while you play with it. Ease up a little and you'll be rewarded. Go crazy and you'll be punished. Then there's speed play. The Buoy is an odd case for speed. It's actually really maneuverable and quick, should you push it to be quick. This is particularly emphasized by the fact that it's basically void of any real rim-weighted sluggishness feeling, but in terms of actual rail combos, it's not the number one in the game, to say the least. It's the lack of power. It has the maneuverability and the control, it just lacks the power to push through those combos. If you can pull off a really smooth, clean rail combo, I imagine the Buoy will do just fine, but same problem as Zontals, it dies mid-combo a lot. For some other smaller things, binds are dreamy on this yo-yo, possibly some of the most consistent and clean binds on a yo-yo I've played with in some time. No snags, no slips, just no snags, no slips, just clean, tight binds, at least on the thicker C3 Pro and original throw string I main. Finger grinds are solid, but could be better with more curved walls. Finger spins, it's better at, but the engraving in the middle throws it off a little. The Buoy isn't meant for a crazier play style, and it isn't really advertised as such, which is a good thing. Clear advertising is admirable in this day and age. It's built for relaxing and going easy. It's not a competition model to thrash with, but a yo-yo for those calm, easy days. If I were to summarize how it plays, the Buoy is not very fatiguing to play with at all, and it plays very well when you're relaxed. In comparison to other yo-yos in my collection, first and foremost, the Shutter, the Golden Standard. These are two different yo-yos that serve two very different purposes. The Shutter is a bit more stable and powerful while lacking maneuverability in comparison to the Buoy. The Shutter is better for things like zontals and for a more energetic playstyle. The Buoy feels lighter, more nimble, and easier on the fingers and arms. It's easy to say that the Buoy has far more appeal to old heads than the Shutter does. Round profile, more comfortable playstyle, the likes. So, how about other yo-yos that appeal to old heads, such as the Creep and Beater? I'll start with the Creep. Compared to the Creep, the Buoy is lighter and more nimble. The rim-weighted feeling is more present on the Creep, but only marginally so. Zontals are zontals with both. Neither the Creep or Buoy are really what I'd consider great for zontals. The Buoy's wider, more open profile lends itself well to counteracting string rub, while the Creep has that more stereotypical organic profile, which can be prone to string rub. However, this is slightly counteracted by the power of the Creep. This power lends the Creep to be better overall for a more rough, unrefined style of yo-yoing in comparison to the Buoy. You don't need to really baby the Creep as much as the Buoy, though, of course, from what I've heard, the Creep is made of 7075 aluminum instead of 6061, like the Buoy, so that's definitely a contributing factor. And then finally, there's the Beater, which I labeled as the quintessential old head yo-yo. They're both old head yo-yos, just slightly different flavors. The Beater is far more reluctant and slow-moving than the Buoy, but it has a more forward, immediate presence on the string. Actually, to be honest, in comparison, the Buoy's lightness and maneuverability make it almost feel unwieldy in comparison to the Beater. The Buoy just moves way quicker, it bounces easier, and is more in tune to moving at the whim of the player. On its own, the Buoy is very easily controlled, but being in the Buoy and Beater can be kinda jarring. The Beater has more natural power, but due to the high walls, is more prone to being tilted off axis because of string rub. Again, the Buoy counteracts this by having such a wide and open profile. However, due to the Buoy being so light, it has a similar level of stability due to just not having enough meat on its bones. In terms of zontals, neither is really great. The big thing with the Buoy is that it's just really maneuverable and light. Overall, the Buoy is solid for its intended purpose. It's a good, chill yo-yo. Not in a it's not good and I want to be nice about it way, but just full stop. The Buoy isn't really my kind of yo-yo. It's light, it's maneuverable, and it's not as powerful as I personally like. But the Buoy is exploring a fun and interesting profile. I think some tweaks to the weight distribution, amping up the rim weight, and adding a little bit of mass could really push the Buoy into a pretty solidly performing yo-yo. That wide profile and big response bump could make the Buoy great in several categories if it just had that little extra kick behind it. Zontals, zoning, and a more broadly competitively driven Buoy could unironically be insanely good, I think. But, as is, that's not what it's for. I dig the profile, I dig the aesthetic. Am I gonna hit it with my baseball bat? Nah, it's not as bad as the Comic Sans, not at all. I might just give it away though. The Buoy has a lot of appeal to people that aren't specifically me. For $60, you get a solid yo-yo that appeals to old heads that won't break the bank. And specially installed RSO pads, which are not particularly cheap. The final rating on the tier list for the Buoy would be alongside the Beater at B tier. Before the video ends, I have a brief thing to say about the direction of the channel. As I am a student and I'm beginning to approach the more difficult courses in my student career, content could dry up a bit and mostly be made during the downtime between tests and breaks, if any. Over this upcoming summer, I plan on shifting gears slightly to make video essay style yo-yo videos. I will also be tweaking the review process to include an unboxing and first impressions segment, just so you, the viewer, can see how my thoughts and feelings change regarding a yo-yo. Thanks everyone for watching. A very profound and special thank you to Bruce at Turner Return Tops for giving me the chance to review the Buoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Adios.